So thank you for being here and for joining this session. I'm excited to tell you more about the client side. It's usually covered by, our technical team, internal team, but we'd like to give you a little bit more visibility on how is it usually handling, the client project, and at the same time, what our internal team works on. So as you know, this presentation is about the client business agility and how does Avenue Code contribute to our client business agility or goals. A little bit about me. I'm Nariman, Client Success Manager here at Avenue Code. And what that means is I work very closely between our Avenue Code team and the client. We meet with some stakeholders, we meet with some managers, directors who are managing certain projects. And some of those clients are Macy's, eBay, Away Travel. And another part of what I do at Avenue Code, and I'm very proud of, is I try to be involved as much as I can with our Extraordinary Women in Tech initiative, which some of you might have seen our most recent conference. So this is a little bit about me. So let's dig into the topic. Okay, we all know who this person is, but what I wanted to talk about is, over the past 30 years, tech companies have were, disrupted by a lot of involvement, innovation, technologies, and it hasn't been an easy ride for them. So a lot of them have to either ride this wave, and many companies don't look how they were 30 years ago and how they are now. As you know, some of them had to undergo whole different business plans, different strategies, and have to set new goals as well. So if you had a company and you were stuck in the 1977 product and you have not tried to innovate in your company or brought new technologies in, you will lose your customers, you will lose your clients. And having this agile process or transformation or digital transformation does take a lot of work. And most of our clients have undergo this work. And this is where Avenue Code walks in to be this help for our clients. So what do we do as Avenue Coders whenever we have a client that is going through an agile transformation or they need to be more agile in their processes? There's really a lot of steps that we take internally, but not everyone is aware of how in-depth our processes are. So we handle some delivery things, quality, trainings. We try to work on our mindset at Avenue Code, and our partnership is something very, very important. So I want to ask you, what do you guys think? How many teams? So let's say a client reaches out to us and they say, I have this project. I want to, have things more agile, and we need Avenue Code to step in and, provide me a few consultants that can help with this agility process. In your opinion, how many teams are involved to cover this process? I'll give it 10 seconds if someone wants to guess a number of how many teams work on sending one consultant to the client. Can I have someone send a guess, or should I just pick a name? Any guesses? No? Okay. I'll pick a name. How about, okay, seeing 4, 3. Well, it's at least 5 teams. Yes, Joffrey. Joffrey knows. Oh, I have someone not listed here. Not sure why. Let me see. We have at least 5 teams involved in any consultant, whether it's one consultant joining the client or whether it's a team of 10, it's a team of 20. We have our talent acquisition team, which is missing here. We have our client services, which is the team I'm from. Legal is involved, finance, infrastructure, and we sometimes ask for help from other teams as well. But how is this connected to the client agile process? So whenever a client reaches out to us and they want us to assist with any goal that they have or transformation, it's not only one team from client services that is involved. So for example, I had a client recently who received a survey about Avenue Code and how they worked with us. A very important thing that they said, the Avenue Code team always available, they answer any kind of questions we have, and he gave a really nice review about Avenue Code. He did not say Nariman was always there. He did not say Joffrey was there. He did not say the consultants are great. He literally saw Avenue coders as a team and not just an individual contributor. So the synergy that we have inside our company, Avenue Code, really stand out to most of our clients. And how are these teams connected? Each consultant that joins, or account manager or client analyst, they have to go through a screening process by TA, contracts, paychecks, as you know, laptop shipments, VPN, several things. So if our teams don't come together, we really can't assist any clients with this transformation that they're doing. So our team synergy is something very valuable that we have and super recognized by our clients. Let's see. Quality. So how many of you went through an in-depth evaluation process with us? And I see a lot of consultants saying, I finally got the job because I had a lot of technical evaluations, I had a lot of assessments to take. And this is something that we really take pride in, that Avenue Code has maintained a certain quality for any person joining in the company and contributing to any client goals. So how does the client see this? We had a lot of clients that came in and said, well, we have worked with a lot of partners, but really Avenue Code did stand out. And we want to have a successful project, successful transformation. And we want to make sure that we're partnering with a partner that has this quality, has this standards of consultants coming in. So we sent any information we have the project, and our teams, internal teams, does a really, really good job in evaluating and doing technical assessments to make sure we have our standard high quality consultants coming from Avenue Code. So whenever we have a consultant joining the company and we have the onboarding call, we always tell everyone, you are a consultant, not only an engineer, not just an Agile coach, you are a consultant, and the client really trusts in your knowledge, expertise, what you know, what you can contribute to their growth. So whenever a client have a goal to reach, they really rely on our consultants to share their knowledge, to go above and beyond, to push the team, to bring new ideas to the table. So this is something very important at Avenue Code, and we're constantly pushing our consultants to, be the rising stars at the clients, to really show what Avenue Code can bring to their own success. Just this morning, I had on my calendar emergent training, mandatory in caps lock. And a lot of our consultants ask, what is this training about? Why is it very important? Plus, our clients ask us, what is this emergent training that my consultants have to leave my meeting and go attend this training? I can't stress on how important it is. Many of our clients are stuck at a point. Like we said, companies are evolving, companies are innovating, they need new ideas, they need new processes to be more agile. So whenever you see an emergent training, this is an opportunity for you to see what's going on in the market, new technology, new updates. How can you learn new skills? What's going on in the market? How can you be more updated, more innovative? And how can you take this information and implement it at the client's strategies or processes or business or goals? So whenever we send an email to our client or we communicate with them that, hey, this consultant will be away for 2 hours doing certain trainings, they understand and they really like that Avenue Code is constantly investing in the knowledge of our consultants, what they know, how to stay up to date in the market. And this is very much valued whenever a client has any new process that they're taking, and whenever our consultants bring more, agile ideas, transformations, things that can help them reach their goals faster and more innovative new features and new ideas as well. Also, other programs, even the buddy programs help, thinking more strategically, what can you do with the client, anything like this. So for this week, we had our first keynote, which was Amir, our CTO, and he talked about how he started with Avenue Code doing Agile. And some of my clients have worked directly with our leaders, and they have constantly mentioned the great relationship they have with Avenue Code and the reputation that the company have built over time. So being available for the client, being flexible, bringing consultants that really care for these goals, for these transformations, is something that is always recognized by Avenue Code and the client as well. So it had create trust. It had create really nice partnership. They don't call us a vendor that brings consultants in. They see us as a partner, which are always on top of things. We're always working very hard to make sure our consultants are contributing to the end goal of our clients' processes. So be proud to be an Avenue Coder, because every single client that we have really appreciate the talent we send, really appreciate our teams, really appreciate our investments, even our leaders. If they ask to speak to someone, Amir is available, Zio, Ilyana, Pallavi, everyone would step in and try to assist whenever is needed. So overall, there's a lot of initiatives that we take internally that the client might not see, but they do recognize that in order for them to be more agile, to have a smooth agile transformation, for example, Avenue Code is a great partner for them to succeed in this goal. Here's my contact information. I wanted to keep this sweet and short. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help or answer them here. I also have some team members from our client services team, so maybe they can jump in to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you, Nariman. So please, Chris,
okay.
bring your question.
I'll start. Just like you talked about partnership, and maybe you want to talk more like, for instance, when we have consultants, we have engineers working for some account, and they see opportunity of agile transformation or something that's not working well. So how these people can proceed and reach out to raise these points and propose new things.
So at least from the experience that I had, most of the managers and directors we work with are very, very open, reachable, communicative when any of our consultants try to reach out and suggest any ideas they have. We even keep sending reminders for all of our teams that are working for the client. If you see any room of improvement, if you see any chances for your team to be more agile, to improve, this is very, very important to share it with the client. You know, you're consulting them, you're sharing these ideas, you're seeing rooms of improvement. And to give an example without calling names, we had one consultant that saw a glitch in the system once, and he did end up speaking up, and this brought a lot of revenue to the client. And the client was very appreciative that they did speak up, they had attention to detail, they found a better agile, process to take in order for the client to be more effective, successful, and reaching their goal faster. So our clients wait for our consultants to share this knowledge, to share this expertise that they have, and it's always very welcoming to them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions we can send for you? Otherwise, you know where to find us.
Hey, I do have a question.
Okay.
I'm sorry if you said this before, but how is your team? Are you the only customer success managers? Do you have any analysts, anyone, so we can better understand? I work for IIN, and I'd like to know who is the customer success manager or analyst that is taking care of this kinds of account.
Absolutely. Well, our team is growing very fast. As you know, we have a lot of clients coming in, many partnerships always. We have a team of client success managers based in the US, in Brazil, Canada, and Europe. So our team is pretty big and very global and diverse. And for every account, you will have a client success manager for this account, along with a client analyst also that oversees internal things mainly and assists on the account. Other than that, you also have a delivery ambassador, which we work with very closely, and they have had a big impact, positive impact on the teams. But if you ever have a question about who would be the account manager, who would be the client analyst, make sure you ask your DA. or anyone from the client services team, we are very internally connected, and we can always help you find the right person.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Barbara. This is Pallavi. I lead the client success team at Avenue Code, and I think you're a project manager at IIN, right? Barbara? So if you're a project manager at IIN, Michelle Marcus would be your CSM, your client success manager.
Mm. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Sure.
Happy to answer any questions for, for the client success team, for the clients, for client analysts.
Nariman, is there any case, any business case that you can share where agility was the difference to catch up?
Can you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, I want to give us an example where of case success where agility was the difference to have this client with us, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. I think about a year ago, we had one of our clients that had one person doing 4 people's job, and everything was super stressful on that person, but delivery that they needed, the goals that they had, and it was a very, tense environment for them to get things done. This is when they reached out to Avenue Code, and they said, hey, there's a manager who recommended you guys to help us bring, certain people in. We don't know who is really needed, which roles are needed, but we want to, ask you to help us here because this one person can't take over 4 roles anymore. So we started with bringing in an Agile coach, and he was just the perfect person for this project, and he was the missing piece for the whole team at the client, right? So this Agile coach walked in, and we even recommended for the client that we will hold until he starts, or she, and let us know what is really needed for the team, because the team was mixed of like full-timers, contractors, but it wasn't very organized or agile. As soon as our Agile coach walked in and he understood what the client is working on, he recommended 2 other team members to join from Avenue Code that could, divide the task and create a better process, create a better synergy among the client's team, where stakeholders are always updated, reports are generated, strategies are being made, and everyone has just clarity on what needs to be done in order for the team to reach their goal effectively, fast, and with good quality as well. The team, these 3 guys that joined were a great addition for our client, and they still thank us every time we meet, because it had brought, quality to their team, better visibility and clarity on how things should be handled. Our Agile coach was just jumping on different teams with the client and giving them advice. Okay, we need to improve this process in some way. We need to add some, employees for this project to make it work. So sometimes it's one person that can flip the whole process. Sometimes it's a team of 5 that can improve a whole, business goals or strategies. But that was definitely a successful case we had with one of our clients.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, so I have one more, just a curiosity on how you usually communicate with the clients. So you have a cadence, like you speak to them once a month, or?
No, we talk with the clients every single day. We're in front of them. Remember, we have like one of my accounts is Macy's, for example. We don't only work with one manager. We have almost 9 different managers we work with, and we're still connected with more. We talk daily, maybe via email, via messages, via calls. We have weekly Candice calls. We have monthly calls regarding performances, deliveries, things like that. And we meet with them in person as well. So when offices ended up opening up, we have made some visits. We sat with them in person. We try to see how can Avenue Code contribute more to their, success, and what can we do to improve as a company as well. So meeting with the client is very often, could be daily, could be every other day, because we have a big number of managers that we work with every single account.
I feel that only I'm doing questions. But how many people we have? Like you manage as an account manager? Do you have this number? Like for Macy's, you have like maybe I don't know.
You mean how many consultants we have?
Yeah.
At eBay, we have about 67, and these are contributed around different places in the world. So we have consultants in the US, in Canada, Europe. We have some in Latin America and Brazil. It's a very big and diverse team. And at Macy's, we have about 20, and we have a lot of work going on. So we're hoping for a bigger and bigger team over time.
Michelle, if you want to bring your question.
And I take an advance that you said that you have clients in different areas, such as in Europe and United States as well. Do you feel much difference in this agile adoption regarding outside the United States? I mean, they are more easygoing outside the United States, or the opposite? How do you feel this cultural thing impacted the adoption?
Such a nice question, and I love it because yes, we definitely do feel that there's differences in every single region, whether it's just Canada that is, across the border, or it's Brazil, or it's Europe. Every region has its own culture of approaching things, of coming up with processes. Some cultures are more laid back, Michelle, and some cultures are more like a very, very fast environment where they need things to be agile but super quick. And other regions, they want things to be agile, but more at a slower pace where everyone can take their time, observe, learn along the processes. So it's not only how the clients are, but it's also the consultants that join from these regions. Different ideas are brought in, different, way of working, different communication styles. But the nice thing about it is everything is different, but at the end, the goal is the same, or the result is the same. But I don't know if I have any other client success managers here that can contribute to this point, because we do work with many diverse teams, and we can talk about it later if you want, and we can mention some things in more depth of what special cases we had with other regions.
Yeah, I think that's something really, really important to bring in our discussion when we are helping a new client, or even a new client in a new area, because we don't want to treat people different, but sometimes it's important to know that some cultural stuff can impact our job as well. But I'm not talking only across the border. For example, even in Brazil, we have some areas that that you have different ways to work, because they are more close in their regions and things like that. So you have to have a different approach for this kind of thing. So we can just go and say, oh, do this or do that. So I need to explain a little bit more, bring more theory behind the scenes and things like that to support what we are suggesting. And that's what I mean. So thank you for bringing this.
Yeah, and another comment, we do get some of these cases, since this call is internal, that way of approaching things or a problem, or like a new method is different among different cultures. And some of our consultants do share this with us, that this specific person at my team is approaching this 1, 2, 3, but I think it could be much different if we do it at another way. It's two different visions, but we always think that communication is key. If you have a different vision, but it's towards the same goal, it's important to communicate it with your team and let them know how you think. So I need to highlight that all of our clients, at least the ones that I worked with, they loved working with our Brazil team, because they bring not only a different culture, they bring a fun culture. They make you feel like you're a friend. Let me help you. Let me recommend this. Let me do this for you. And they really appreciate this, going above and beyond and creating relationships also. It makes things easier at work usually to get things done.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
Ricardo.
Ricardo, please.
Hello. One question, one simple question. Sorry, I have a lot of sun coming in. A question is related with the approach of the communication between the consultant that is inside the team and the structure of the team itself. When you need to propose some changes, are there a way to propose a change? Do we have to consult with our manager first? Are we able to take the active, the start, raise the question, introduce the subject, or should we go through Avenue Code? As you said, Avenue Code is as an image. Do we have to be careful when communicated with the customer?
No, absolutely not. You have all the freedom to communicate with your manager at the client and create this does create a bond and a good relationship between you and your manager, because it shows that you are interested in the work. You're passionate about finding a solution. You have ideas. You want to bring them to the table. But I'll give you a little bit of background about the story. So we do work with US clients, and you have to know that even with the US clients, there is a lot of diversity. There's people from Asia, from India, from Latin America. Not everyone has English as their first language, and not everyone have lived in the US and understood the culture for a very long time. Some managers have just moved to the US. Some managers, English is their second language, for example. This is definitely not a deal breaker for any of our clients. Even when I send a consultant and I'm like, they can communicate, they can get the job done, but their English is not the top professional English, but they're able to get the job done. They're like, that's fine. This is totally fine. And as long as we can communicate. This is one part. And the other part that you were mentioning, if you need to come to Avenue Code or go to the client right away, you can definitely go to the client right away. And now we have a great program where we have delivery ambassadors for each of our clients that you can brainstorm these solutions with. You can maybe pitch it in front of them for the first time, see if they have any ideas to share with you, see if they have any recommendations, any advice, and then you can go straight to the manager. And if you prefer to go to the manager, this is also totally okay.
This is on level, for example, if a consultant enter a team with the role of a developer or a lower responsibility role, and is able and it's capable of identifying problems, but it was inside the team, it was introduced to the team as a lower developer. Sometimes they don't speak, and I think that is bad because they have the knowledge and don't share it.
Yeah.
And this is a problem, okay?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And we have a lot of our junior consultants that walked into Avenue Code and they really became like superstars. They have brought new ideas. They're new developers, for example. They have recently gotten out of college, an internship, and they were exposed to all this new technologies happening outside in the market. I usually personally recommend them to talk to their lead, to talk to their guide at the client. And if they feel like their ideas are not reaching out to their managers or anything, I welcome them to jump on a call, me and them, or me and the manager. And I try to be this bridge of connecting these ideas with the client as well. So client services team, this is really our job, is to make sure that everyone is having a safe environment to share ideas, to get the work done. They have everything they need to be supported from the consultant side and the client as well.